Did you know that your menstrual cycle is much more than just your monthly period? Every month, your body performs an incredible series of changes that prepare for the possibility of pregnancy, even if pregnancy never happens. These changes affect not only your reproductive system, but also your energy, mood, appetite, and even your brain. Understanding your menstrual cycle can help you better understand your own body. Millions of women experience menstrual cycles every month, yet many never learn what is actually happening inside their bodies. Myths and misinformation often create unnecessary fear and confusion. The menstrual cycle is a normal biological process, not an illness. Today, we'll explore the science behind it in a simple, easy to understand way. The menstrual cycle is a repeating series of hormonal and physical changes that prepares the body for pregnancy. It begins on the first day of menstrual bleeding and ends the day before the next period starts. Although it's often described as a 28-day cycle, healthy cycles naturally vary in length. Every woman's body is unique. Several hormones work together like a coordinated team. The brain releases hormones that signal the ovaries to prepare an egg. The ovaries then produce estrogen and progesterone, which guide the different stages of the cycle and keep it running smoothly. The first day of menstrual bleeding is day 1 of the cycle. During this time, the uterus sheds its inner lining because pregnancy did not occur in the previous cycle. This lining leaves the body as menstrual blood. Although the amount varies, menstrual flow is usually much lighter than many people imagine. Each month, the uterus builds a soft, nutrient-rich lining in preparation for a possible fertilized egg. If no pregnancy occurs, hormone levels fall. This signals to the uterus that the lining is no longer needed. The body naturally removes it during menstruation and then begins preparing for the next cycle. After menstruation begins, the ovaries enter the follicular phase. Several tiny fluid-filled sacs called follicles begin developing. Each follicle contains an immature egg, but usually only one becomes fully mature. At the same time, estrogen levels gradually begin to rise. As estrogen levels increase, they help rebuild the uterine lining shed during menstruation. It also influences many other parts of the body, including bones, skin, blood vessels, and the brain. Some women notice improved energy or concentration during this stage. However, every person's experience is different. Long before birth, a baby girl's ovaries already contain millions of immature eggs. By puberty, only a small fraction remain. During each menstrual cycle, one egg usually matures enough to be released. This remarkable process repeats for many years during the reproductive stage of life. Around the middle of the menstrual cycle, a surge in luteinizing hormone triggers ovulation. A mature egg is released from the ovary into the fallopian tube, making this the time when pregnancy is most likely if sperm are present. However, the exact timing of ovulation varies from person to person and from cycle to cycle. After ovulation, the released egg begins its journey through the fallopian tube toward the uterus. Tiny hair-like structures called cilia gently help move the egg along its path. If sperm are present, fertilization usually occurs in the fallopian tube, not in the uterus. If fertilization does not occur, the egg naturally breaks down within about 12 to 24 hours. Once the egg is released, the empty follicle becomes a structure called the corpus luteum. This temporary gland produces progesterone, the key hormone of the second half of the menstrual cycle. Progesterone prepares the uterus for a possible pregnancy. Although temporary, the corpus luteum plays a vital role. The second half of the menstrual cycle is called the luteal phase. During this time, progesterone becomes the dominant hormone. It helps make the uterine lining thicker, softer, and richer in nutrients. This creates an environment that could support a developing embryo if pregnancy occurs. If a sperm successfully fertilizes the egg, the newly formed embryo begins dividing into more cells as it travels toward the uterus. Several days later, it may attach to the thickened uterine lining in a process called implantation. The body then starts producing hormones that support the pregnancy. At this point, menstruation does not occur. If the egg is not fertilized, the corpus luteum gradually breaks down. As a result, progesterone and estrogen levels begin to fall. Without these hormones, the uterine lining is no longer maintained. The body prepares to begin a new menstrual period, starting the cycle again. Hormones do much more than regulate the reproductive system. They also interact with brain chemicals that influence mood, emotions, sleep, and energy levels. Some women notice emotional changes during different stages of the cycle, while others experience very few. Every person's hormonal response is unique. Many women notice that their energy changes throughout the month. Some feel more energetic around ovulation, while others feel more tired before their period begins. Hormonal changes may contribute to these differences, although sleep, nutrition, exercise, stress, and overall health also play important roles. Listening to your body's signals can be helpful. Some women experience mild cramps, breast tenderness, bloating, headaches, or lower back discomfort during certain stages of the cycle. These symptoms are often linked to normal hormonal changes and uterine muscle contractions. However, the intensity varies greatly from person to person. Not everyone experiences the same symptoms. Premenstrual syndrome, commonly known as PMS, refers to a group of physical and emotional symptoms that occur before menstruation. Symptoms may include mood changes, food cravings, fatigue, bloating, or irritability. Researchers believe hormonal fluctuations contribute to PMS, although the exact causes are still being studied. Many women experience mild PMS, while others may have more significant symptoms. One of the most important facts to remember is that there is no single perfect menstrual cycle. Cycle length, bleeding patterns, and symptoms naturally vary between individuals. Even the same person may notice slight differences from month to month. Understanding what is normal for your own body is often more useful than comparing yourself with others. Many people think every menstrual cycle lasts exactly 28 days, but that is a common misconception. For adults, a healthy cycle often ranges from about 21 to 35 days, while teenagers may have more variation as their hormones mature. Occasional changes are usually normal. However, persistent or significant changes should be discussed with a healthcare professional. Menstrual flow is different for every woman. Some experience light bleeding, while others have a heavier flow during the first few days. The amount and duration can change throughout life because of age, hormones, and individual health factors. Knowing your usual pattern helps you recognize when something changes. Tracking your menstrual cycle can help you understand your body's natural rhythm. Recording the first day of each period, the length of your cycle, and any symptoms can reveal helpful patterns over time. Many smartphone apps and paper calendars make tracking simple. This information can also be useful during medical appointments. Eating a balanced diet supports your overall health throughout the menstrual cycle. Foods rich in iron, protein, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats help provide important nutrients. Drinking enough water also supports normal body functions. Good nutrition cannot eliminate every symptom, but it helps the body function at its best. During menstruation, the body loses a small amount of blood, along with some iron. Most women replace this iron naturally through a healthy diet. However, people with heavy menstrual bleeding may be at greater risk of iron deficiency. If you experience persistent fatigue or very heavy periods, a healthcare professional can determine whether testing is appropriate. Many women wonder whether they should exercise during menstruation. In most cases, regular physical activity is safe and may even help reduce cramps, improve mood, and boost energy. Gentle walking, stretching, swimming, yoga, or cycling are popular choices. the best approach is to choose activities that feel comfortable for your body. Good menstrual hygiene is an important part of staying healthy and comfortable. Products such as sanitary pads, tampons, menstrual cups, and period underwear are available, and the best choice depends on personal preference and lifestyle. Following the product instructions and changing them as recommended helps reduce discomfort and supports hygiene. Washing hands before and after changing products is also important. Mild menstrual cramps are common because the uterus contracts to shed its lining. However, severe pain that disrupts daily life should not be considered normal. Conditions such as endometriosis or uterine fibroids can cause significant pain. A healthcare professional can evaluate persistent or severe symptoms and recommend appropriate treatment. Occasional irregular periods can occur for many reasons, including stress, major weight changes, intense exercise, certain medications, hormonal conditions, or different stages of life. However, if your periods stop unexpectedly, become highly irregular, or change significantly, it's important to seek medical advice. Identifying the underlying cause helps ensure the right care. Paying attention to changes in your cycle is an important part of protecting your health. During the first few years after puberty, menstrual cycles are often less predictable. This happens because the communication between the brain and ovaries is still maturing. It may take a few years before cycles become more regular. Even so, unusually heavy bleeding, severe pain, or long gaps between periods should be discussed with a healthcare professional. Your brain plays a major role in controlling your menstrual cycle. High levels of physical or emotional stress can influence hormone production and sometimes delay or temporarily change your period. This is the body's way of responding to challenging situations. Managing stress through healthy habits may help support overall well being. Good quality sleep supports hormone regulation and overall health. Poor sleep may affect menstrual patterns, so maintaining a consistent bedtime routine and getting enough rest help keep your body functioning at its best. The menstrual cycle does not continue forever. As women age, they eventually reach menopause. Before that, many experience perimenopause when hormone levels fluctuate and periods become irregular. This is a normal stage of aging, although symptoms vary from person to person. Scientists continue to learn more about the menstrual cycle every year. Its hormones influence many parts of the body, including the brain, bones, skin, and cardiovascular system. This shows that the menstrual cycle is about much more than reproduction. It reflects the remarkable complexity of the human body. One common mistake is believing that severe pain or extremely heavy bleeding is simply something every woman must tolerate. Another mistake is relying on myths instead of seeking trustworthy medical information. Ignoring persistent symptoms can delay diagnosis of treatable conditions. Paying attention to your body is an important part of protecting your health. Consider speaking with a healthcare professional if your periods are consistently very painful, unusually heavy, last much longer than usual, stop unexpectedly, or become highly irregular. They can evaluate your symptoms, identify possible causes, and recommend appropriate care. Seeking medical advice early often leads to better outcomes. Never hesitate to ask questions about your reproductive health. Looking after your reproductive health involves more than managing your monthly period. Eating a balanced diet, staying physically active, getting enough sleep, managing stress, and attending regular health checkups all support overall well-being. Small, consistent, healthy habits can provide lasting benefits. Your body deserves regular care and attention. Your menstrual cycle is a remarkable example of how the human body works in harmony. Every month, the brain, hormones, ovaries, and uterus work together with incredible precision. Understanding these natural changes helps you make informed decisions about your health. Knowledge replaces fear with confidence. If you found this video helpful, please like, share it with others, and subscribe for more evidence-based health videos in simple English. Thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay healthy, and take care of yourself.